the school on Wednesday, the 30th of November 2022. I am so glad I get the shave. I haven't done it yet, but I will when this video ends. I'm also gonna stand up quickly so I can. I get you're not technically supposed to do it till tomorrow, but I'm gonna forget, so I'll do it now. I'm gonna flip my calendar over to December. It's an AOT calendar. If I didn't mention that in last year's Christmas video or anything like that. It's nice. It's Aaron, Armin, and Levi. Right, let me just stand down. Okay. I read Secret War. I wasn't really a fan of it because of the structuring, and I get that they did that for story reasons, because, they weren't supposed to remember what happened. So it's them figuring out what happened at the same time we're figuring out, even though it was just downright told instead of pieced. But it's alright. I can't think if there's anything happening in media. Don't think so. In fact, don't think there's anything to talk about today. Okay, well, there is a driving lesson, and there is stuff to talk about the driving lesson. Today went alright. It was dark when I got there, and it was getting more and more dark as the lesson went on. I couldn't see well, and I didn't have my glasses either, and I don't know how to... He didn't point it out, but I don't know how you turn the lights on in this car. Like, the lights already were on, but I don't know how you turn on full beam. And I think full beam might have been on while you're driving for yards. So the only thing that I'm going to mention, because the only one that I really remember, is that I was driving towards where our leisure centre used to be. And like, if you're going to go there, you'd have to turn left from where I was. And there's no light for there. You just have to look and see if anything's coming. I looked, I didn't see anything, even though I couldn't see well. I saw nothing. So I went on. But then someone speeds past anyway. Luckily, the instructor... I don't know if all instructors have this, but they're able to... They have brakes and clutch and all on their side. So he's able to stop it. But then, going down that road, stopping net near not Kafol, is Vallerspin. And someone pulled up next to me. It's like, I saw what happened there. That is not your fault. That is his fault. You had emerged. So he should have seen you emerge and waited for you to fully go on before going on. So I felt great. Anyway, this is Twitter as of 18 past 7 p.m. This is either going to be the Mario trailer or something stupid. Well, the Mario is stupid. Okay. I haven't seen the new trailer yet, but I think Charlie Day will be good. In fact, you know what? Nah, I'll do it as a separate video.
Scoop, those civilians were unarmed. Scoop.
Please don't copy me. Apple is threatening to take Twitter off of its App Store, but not TikTok. Even after FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr sent them a letter last summer asking them to remove TikTok because of serious national threats posed by TikTok. Not a good angle.
The Office of National Statistics figures are out today showing that London, Birmingham and Manchester are all now minority white cities. Massive demographic changes taking place in our country. More significantly for the country as a whole, it shows that only 46% now identify as Christian. So there is a massive change in the identity of this country that is taking place through immigration. It's a good thing.
I'm going to assume that the majority is now Muslim. So it is... it's not... There's, I don't know where that music's coming from. But, there's nothing inaccurate of saying that Britain, or at least London, those two other places, forget what they were. It's not unfair to say that they are now Muslim, considering the majority of them are Muslim.
You may think it's a bad thing, but here's the real point of this. The ONS now say in future they will not ask of the nationality or birthplace of those taking part in this census. 1 in 6 in England and Wales already born outside the UK. In future, they want to hide the true figures from you. That's the real standout from these numbers today. It's a scandal. The Office of National Statistics.
Okay, I thought it was coming from my mum's room, but it's not. It's my neighbours playing it extremely lively. It's 36.8% of people who live in England's capital city identify as white, English, Welsh, Scottish, Northern Irish, or British. Incredible. Northern people in England and Wales identifying as Satanists saw a 167% increase between 2011 and 2021. NHS Digital Report, 1 in 4 young Brits now suffering with mental health issues which are linked to the pandemic. They still say it was the pandemic when in reality the cause is lockdown. Nick Fuentes, Shiny Objects, SBF, laundered billions of your dollars back to Democrats. No edge in the media. DeSantis blasted Apple for helping the CCP crush dissent while apparently planning to do the same in America by kicking Twitter off the App Store. JSO considers slashing artworks and fret that Jesus Christ. Moving closer towards wilder underground style action every day, and it's all being facilitated by their billionaire backers and establishment cover. In light of the ongoing scandal. MIT produced a piece Tuesday that essentially claimed the entire thing is some sort of QAnon conspiracy theory. Wonder where I've heard that before. Fears of a new Tiananmen Square style crackdown in China have been heightened by footage of tanks being deployed to the streets of major cities as the CCP faces massive unrest. New CEO of Disney. Isn't this the guy that left, then came back, so is he really new? LXT will seek to quiet things down at the company following several controversies, most notably the omission of executive producer and his predecessor declaring Disney is operating an open gay agenda. Well, they did just announce their brand new, first ever openly gay character. Despite the fact that it's their 7th openly gay character. Diversity is a beautiful thing, the view from Leicester and Birmingham. Is it really diverse if it's over 50% Muslim? Picturing the smug Lib Dem voter effusively sharing this article while sipping tea inside his Faro and ball painted barn conversion located in a 98% white Cotswold enclave. Buckingham Palace resigns, remarks to Black charity boss. BBC thinks his biggest and most important story in the UK right now, top billing on their website. Because Nigel said white and not white British, he got fact-checked by the BBC. This, of course, doesn't change the fact that only 37% of London is white British. But most just read the headline. I believe Nigel's wider point was debunked. It wasn't. Their own graphic proved Nigel's general point, but because he omitted one word, the entire premise is that he was debunked. Typical bad faith fact check. Fewer than 75% of people in England and Wales are now white British. Thank God diversity is a strength. I'm going to assume this is a Defiant L. Similar thing here. So 1049, 7, 3, 13. No apology from Yvette Cooper for 13 years of uncontrolled immigration. 2058, 29, 11, 22. So what? Elon confirms Twitter has interfered with elections. I probably shouldn't be doing circles, spinning around, because I'm starting to feel dizzy. Every country must have firm control over immigration, and Britain is no exception. That's the Labour Party manifesto in 97. Enoch Powell provided an important contribution to the conversation. Many so-called liberals cannot get past his name. Their prejudice prevents them from exploring the content. They'll respond bigot without a hint of irony. Read the piece, argue points. EU threatens Elon with Twitter ban unless the platform sticks to strict rules and police content. Unelected body of demand to authoritarian extremists abuse power to shut down free speech. Who made Apple the Praetorian Guards of the Internet? Why should they have a monopoly over permissible content when 97.5% of their donations go to demos? And who made them moral arbiters of anything given what they get up to in China? That is really annoying in anime. Wow, who knew histrionic people are actually annoying? Andrew Tate is avant-garde comedy for non-midwits. Elon should restore freedom of speech on LiveLeak, for real. Freedom of speech is gone on LiveLeak? We're fucked. Ban TikTok for spyware? Agreed. Facebook has got to go. There's more camaraderie between racists of different races than there is between white allies and their protectorates. I don't know. Do customers even care about the allegations? Seems like it would be their jam. Gaslighting doesn't exist, you're imagining things again. Twitter to avoid 30% Apple tax by only allowing sign-ups on the website when it launches this Friday. Glad to see that divesting from Apple has begun. Good morning, Black Penis, aka Marcus. I just can't do this shit no more. Planning on filming a lot this week, but now I have an eye infection and it looks like I've been in a fight. So instead I'm just going to sit here and be grumpy. No, I did not hit myself in my dick. No, it's not pink eye. Elon, please, it's the end of the month. You promised. That's why you keep your eyes closed when you eat ass. I do not eat arse, there's poo in there. I like a nice big booty as much as the next man, but in some of you need Jesus. But I ain't got shit to do with politics. Some things are funny and some aren't. You're retarded. If it was, I would be saying that funny is objective like you are. I promise you have made blanket statements of something being not funny and obviously meaning to you. Used to a long time ago, now I say that I personally don't find something funny, not that it's objectively unfunny. It's just only idiots do that. Well, because I'm not as strong as Marcus, I'll say that something is genuinely terrible. Like Brooklyn Nine-Nine and stuff like that. Saying this is funny is already cool coming from you. You don't need to verify that it's from you and people can disagree with you. Because whether or not you do, they will. A statement of fact, though, and it's not a fact. If I said this is an art about something, would that mean that for a fact that is an art? What a dumb fucking tweet. What a dumb fucking tweet. Don't have a big PP cloak to mug you over this tweet. I hope you're proud of yourself. I'm winning. And say I try again. They said why they think it isn't funny to them, dumbass. Obviously, they think many others share their sense of humour, and others who do find it funny are brain dead or have a very poor one. A thread about writing funny and why they're saying it seems like they didn't text us even there in black and white for you to read. They said it was straight unfunny as if that were objective, then started defining what they find funny as if that was the shared opinion. Like I said, they think they have a better sense of humour than others, as most would, and think most would agree with their own. It's not alien. Obviously, most people are gonna know that what your taste in music is subjective. But you can still say a song is awfully composed. You can say that you didn't like the way the song was composed. You can't say the song for a fact is badly composed. Let's say then that 7,999,999,999 people on this earth say a joke is funny. You then say it isn't funny. Who's correct? The former, but no, seriously, badly already literally implies a subjective view of something. Make any value judgment is going to come from personal experience, but obviously some things are less subjective than others. Subjectivity isn't a free-for-all. It has limits too. No, it's neither, because what's funny doesn't have a set rule written in stone. It is decided by the individual based on their tastes. When it comes to what is funny, subjectivity is almost limitless. I watched one of the world's top comedians and didn't laugh once. If 8 billion said something was painful and one said it isn't, is it painful or not? Pain is a signal sent from the nervous system. It's not a response created by a person's own psyche that is shaped and molded by their own experience, tastes, hobbies, shit, who they are. Not a good example. But it's a subjective experience. Some things can be painful to someone that isn't the others. We just share a very, very similar sense, so we can all agree on what it is or isn't for the most part. Obviously, humour is going to vary, but we do share similar on that too. So if one disagreed, I'd say the former is more correct overall to what would probably gauge that perception, and that one is an anomaly. You can change your taste in comedy. You can't override your little nervous system. Not even remotely the same thing. Can't deal, or at least not of your own volition, and yeah, obviously not the same. I just said how they're different. So that means that you presenting the idea that literal physical pain is subjective is completely moot. Some people can handle pain better than others, but if two people got punched in the face, both would agree it hurt. Depends on the punch, not even just some handle pain better. Some people have more sensitive senses in general than others, and some more dull. No, it wouldn't depend on the punch if we were talking about people's perspectives on the exact same stimuli. If we were talking about whether a joke was funny, we wouldn't tell people two different jokes. That makes no sense. But then the other day I laughed at the way a pillow landed when I kicked it off the bed. Every taste in comedy is unique, so try and dictate what is or isn't funny, to be honest. Really fucking sad, and it's just someone wanting to shame people into matching their tastes. When we broadly say a movie is good, we mean that it's considered so and not just by our own standards. The game movie sucks here is why it is objective, obviously, but has every right to exist. You mean it's considered so by you? Cool, if we're going to play it this way, pizza is in fact objectively a shit food. Anyone eats it is wrong. I, the arbiter, have decided this therefore makes it an indisputable fact. I think you're missing me saying that taste is subjective. So obviously, so that we don't think people even mean something is objectively gross when they say something is. I don't know where you're going with it either. So you lost track of your own point. Let me help. That's what you said. I'm merely doing the same thing and saying the pizza is in fact a shit food. Obviously, so like some food is good, some isn't. Yeah, and I immediately clarified to them and to what they, and I agree to many. So you should have said that you and others did not find it funny, not that it is in fact not funny, which is what you did. Yeah, because the very statement is already subjective. One doesn't need to clarify that unless someone like you is confused. Yeah, I was a confused one. Anyway, good talk.